we take you on the amazing Tukela adventure.
In the Whitewater Wilderness, we go whitewater rafting.
What time? Hi Tippers, with me today is Cabello, Peter and Candace.
Hi everyone. Sit tight because this could be where you want to go.
Hey, that's enough talking. Come on, let's go.
Hold on guys, let me just check that I've got everything. My lipstick, hairdryer, suntan cream. Wait guys, where's the TV?
Hello everybody!
Hi, Neville. I think this is enough practice. Let's try the real rapid.
I think so too.
Whitewater rafting is sort of like that old story about playing on the dragon's back and playing in its mouth. It's very safe, but suddenly, it can just close its clamp its mouth on you when you least expect it. That's what river running is like.
Hi everybody, with us we've got our three guides, Roger, Raftmaster, Clint, the trip leader and Gordon.
Hi guys. Hi. Okay, well, we're at the confluence of the Tugela and the Umfungosi River. It's the start of our run today. It's a 23-kilometer straight run down to Jamison's Drift, where we'll get out probably at about 5 o'clock this afternoon. I'm just going to give you a safety briefing. The other two guides will assist me. The reason for this is to prepare you psychologically for the things that could happen on the river. We're not playing a game here, but it is fun, and we do take our safety aspect very seriously. I hope you've all signed your indemnity. It's quite an important matter, that. Another important thing is we always wear our life jackets and helmets, whether we're on the river or off the river. The reason for this is if you fall or hit your head on a rock, you do have some sort of protection. These helmets are very strong. Okay, there are a few rules that we just don't break on the river. They are absolute no's. The first thing is you never ever leave your guide behind you, or you never ever leave your sweep guide. He is the guide at the back, clears the water, make sure that everyone is in front of the trip. Okay. Another thing is, don't drink this water. It's unpurified. You can be very sick. Also, you don't want to dive into the water head first. Okay, it's just not done. There are a lot of hidden rocks and submerged articles. Another thing is, we don't litter on the river. We're trying to preserve the ecology of the river. It's a very beautiful place. It's been abused for a long time. People have just sort of taken it for granted, and we're trying to put it right.
Okay, how's it everyone? Today I'm going to be your safety officer, your kayak safety officer. This means that I'm paddling in a kayak and my duty is really to pick people out of the water which are floating too far from their rafts and to scout the rapids. Scouting rapids is very, very important because there could be tree blocks or that sort of thing which you don't know about, because they can happen anytime the river rises and come down. And so I just sort of sit at the top of the rapid and make sure there's nothing potentially dangerous there. In order to do this and communicate with the raft masters and that sort of thing, you need paddle signals, because obviously because of the noise of the water you can't shout. Your first paddle signal, most important, is your stop signal, which is straight up like this. Stop in that direction means stop towards the bank that I'm pointing. Like that means very, very quickly, don't waste your time. The same applies to the other side, stop on that bank and very, very quickly, don't waste your time. And then the next most important one is your go signal, which is just straight up.
Barrier of straw line, it's used for rescuing people that have fallen off the raft. You open it like this, hold the bag in this hand, rope in the other hand. You throw the bag at the person in the water.
paddle command you're going to learn is your forward paddle. It's just, on the command I start paddle, we're going to go forward. Okay, so let's do it. Forward paddle. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All together, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wow, it's quite amazing. Oh, scary, but amazing, wonderful.
It was just a bit scary, but very exciting. Well, we've been having a great time, and we've decided to find out how it all started.
With us, we've got Mark Campers. Mark, tell us more.
Peter, rafting in South Africa started about 8 years ago when Felix returned back from America. He had just done the Colorado and decided that it would be a great idea to bring rafting to South Africa to share it with members of the general public.
Mark, how did you get involved?
Annabelle, I started with Felix about 4 years ago on the Orange River in Southwest Africa. I ran a few trips for him in that section, and after a few months he came up with the idea that I should move across to the Tugela River in Natal to start the whitewater run that he wanted. Myself and a chap called Chris Sykes moved across here, and we arrived here to find that we had to start negotiating with the KwaZulu chiefs and the local people to get permission to occupy. After going through all the legalities, we had to then discover the river. We had to jump in our boats and start moving down to what we call the Tugela Gorge. We eventually arrived at Jameson's Drift, which is today our end point, and after some hair-raising rapids, also came to the conclusion that this is the ideal section to share with the general public.
So you've always done crazy things, Mark?
Peter, I enjoy the outdoor life since I was about 6 years old. I've been involved in scuba diving, hiking trails, river rafting, river kayaking, those sort of things. Yes.
If someone wants to go on one of these river adventures, how do they go about it?
Peter, we market through Felix Unit, booking offices in Cape Town, Johannesburg, Durban, Kimberley, Southwest, and all bookings can be done directly to them.
What about the costs?
Annabelle, we run a 4-day, 3-day and 2-day river safari. The 4-day trip being $650, the 3-day $550 and the 2-day $450. We do offer discounts for children.
What do you need to take with you when you go river rafting?
Peter, the price includes everything except obviously your beverages for the day, sleeping bag, toothbrush, but otherwise everything else is inclusive.
You guys are a great help, and they work very hard. What do you look for in a guide?
We have guide training weekends once a year, where we have an in-house training team led by Graham Addison with his adventure training team. They come out here and train all our guides. We specialize, well, the adventure team specializes in river safety, public relations, of course the cafing side, that's in-house training, as well as driving and client pampering.
What about the different types of rafts you use?
You know, we've got 2 types of raft. We've got the 10-man inflatable, and we've got a little 2-man inflatable called a crocodile. Depending on the water levels, we'll use the different boats. During the winter months and at the beginning of summer, we use a 2-man inflatable. The river runs at about 2 to 3 foot during these months, and it would be a bit difficult getting rafts through the gorge. So we use a 2-man inflatable, but once the high water comes, which is around November right through to the end of April, we use the 10-man inflatables.
Hey, that reminds me about the Simba project.
Oh, have you involved your school yet?
If not, your school can win a transporter. Simba provides all the help you need for a successful fundraising project.
So, get involved with Simba. Simply have fun with Simba.